You're listening to Guitar Talk with Dave and John.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Guitar Talk. I'm Dave.
And I'm John.
This is our 8th podcast. This would be number 62 on the YouTube channel. And a week ago today, John and I were breaking bread.
Yes, we were indeed.
Yes.
There was a meetup in Los Angeles. How'd your lady friend enjoy the bright lights of Los Angeles?
Oh, she loves it. Wants to move there.
It's perfectly acceptable in Los Angeles these days for you guys to just live in a tent.
Yeah, we're thinking about that. We're looking at tents.
Can't recommend the Coleman quite enough, you know.
Exactly. We looked at a wonderful corner on the corner of Hampton and Sunset.
That would be in Venice.
Parked right out in front of Gold's Gym. We had some great meals. We went to Zankou Chicken.
It's the best.
Oh, Paquito Mas.
Okay.
We went to Jay Nichols.
Okay, yeah, all right, sure.
Rob loves it. But they had good ribs.
We went to Hillside, right? Is that what it was called?
Hillstone. Formerly Houston's.
They apparently were out of any sort of salt or seasoning when we went.
Yeah.
They ran out just before they cooked our food.
Well, actually, I had the ribs, and the ribs there are the best. Anything else, I say good luck to you.
Yeah.
You know what I like? I like the beef dip. But, I always loved an Izzy's beef dip, too, so. So while we were there, John, we were discussing some Christmas music, and I figured we could still talk about it because Christmas music is played all the way till New Year's.
Christmas.
I'll tell you, for me, one of the best Christmas songs ever is The Most Depressing, and it's written by Vince Guaraldi for the Peanuts special, and it's Christmas Time Is Here.
What one is it?
Christmas time is here. You know what I mean? It's like you're getting cornered in an alley by like 28-year-olds. Christmas time! And they're staring you down with the eyes of the devil.
Children of the Christmas candy corn.
Exactly.
Yeah, for some reason the depressing songs are great.
Oh, yeah.
Dreaming of a wife. It's like, oh my God. Can you slow it down anymore?
Right.
No. I've come to the realization that the single best Christmas album ever made is the Phil Spector, I'm Probably Going to Kill You, but Here's a Christmas album.
Does that have the Darlene Love song on it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great. Darlene Love's Please Come Home for Christmas is a great song.
Every single song on that record sounds like that song.
I think my favorite Christmas record of all time would be Frank Sinatra's 1955, I want to say. Could be 54 or 56. I think it's 55. It's the Christmas album from them that opens with Jingle Bells and has what I consider one of the greatest Christmas songs, The Christmas Waltz, written by Julie Stein and Sammy Cahn. I love it. I'll tell you what's hilarious is if you watch the Bing Crosby, David Bowie, and then you see Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly do it. I'm Bing. Puts his hand out like to shake his. They just show off all the awkward moments in that Bowie video. That's just great.
I haven't seen either one of those.
You can't even just watch it once. It's something to observe.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me, folks. It's early, and I have my coffee, but I haven't drank it yet. Not all the way.
It is. Oh, we went to the Coffee Bean a few times. I like their chai latte.
It is wonderful. It's a good thing. I like a dirty chai latte.
Ooh, what's that?
When you throw a shot of espresso in there as well.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I'm so with you on the Darlene Love song. That's a great song.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic.
And
It's fantastic.
surprisingly, I don't like any of the Tony Bennett Christmas songs that I heard.
I'm not a fan.
I was listening to one of them. What was it? Well, he did Silver Bells, and then he did Late Bells Ring. Are you listening? In the lane, snows listening. What is that?
Well,
Winter Wonderland.
yeah, you know who does a great version of that is a guy named Steve Wariner. Has a couple of great Christmas albums. He has an acoustic Christmas record, and then he has like where he does all the classic songs.
And Steve Wariner is also responsible for the "Who's the Boss" theme song.
He sure is for the first 2 seasons. We gotta love Steve Wariner. In fact, last night I saw that. What's that? What's John Bollinger? What's it? Premiere Magazine.
Premier Guitar, sure.
Premiere Guitar. John Bollinger was doing the rig rundown for Steve Wariner. It was great. One thing I thought was interesting is he loves the Hotcakes pedal, which is like a pedal that pedal's been around since the 70s. It was made by the drummer for Split Enz in New Zealand. He's the guy who made it. And I think he made it for Neil Finn from Split Enz, who later became Crowded House. So anyways, he had the Hotcakes. He was showing his new Gretsch guitar. And then he was talking about a couple of Strats and Tellys that he owned over the years. It was interesting. It was I recommend it highly for everybody to watch because here's a guy that I don't think really gets the credit or recognition that he deserves. And Bollinger was just like awestruck at some of the licks he was playing. He was just like, oh. It was really good. It's good to watch because I also think Warren is like one of the most humble guys, and he talked a lot about his kid Ryan Warner. That's like more of like a rock style player. And I guess Steve started on drums.
I knew that actually.
And then went to bass.
I knew that too.
Yeah. And then played guitar.
But if you would have asked me, what did he start on before you brought it up just now, I would have said, I don't know.
Right. Of course.
But yeah, and you mentioned it. I remember that.
So I thought it was an interesting video.
I really like his new guitar, the new Gretsch guitar. I kind of wish that it wasn't in metallic black, but
right.
I still like it.
Yeah, no, I think it's a real good-looking guitar. I wish it wasn't in the $3,000 range.
That's a reasonable gripe, I guess. Is the Hotcake still made today?
I think so. I think they still make it, and it's it's like a mild drive. To me, it has a little bit of a dark tone, so I wasn't crazy about it. But then the way Steve plays it is on his guitar, he makes the rear pickup a single coil. He's got a push-pull, and it makes it really bright and brittly. And then he puts it on, and the warm aspect of the pedal kind of makes it sound, I don't know, makes it almost sound like a humbucker. And then he even shows that. He's like, I can just put it in humbucker mode. I guess it has a little bit more bite with the Hotcakes pedal, but yeah, it's a decent pedal, and I guess it's very popular.
Interesting. Who makes it?
The guy's name is Paul Crowther.
I don't know. Not familiar.
Yeah, he's in New Zealand. He was the drummer from the band Split Enz.
No, I know you said that. I just didn't know if it was made today, like by a more major company, because you said
I don't think so.
70. Okay.
I think it's almost kind of like the Paul Cochran type thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Paul Cochran, the Timmy.
Right.
I'd like to get a Timmy pedal. I still have never owned one, but I'm a little apprehensive at buying more pedals because I've been buying pedals lately and I don't use them.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I've got a plethora of. I've got a drawer. Like for whatever reason, in my living room, I have a coffee table with drawers, and one of those drawers has somehow turned into a pedal drawer.
Yeah.
And I forget that they're in there all the time because I never opened that drawer. I opened it last night and I was like, oh shit.
I have a big container from the Container Store that's filled with pedals that I don't use.
Is it
So
a
what's in the
24-foot or a 48-foot container?
right? It's a pod. It's outside my driveway.
No, so I've got, and that's not the only place that I've got pedals, man. I've probably got a half a dozen drive pedals that I'm not using, a couple of reverbs. I've got a delay, boost pedals, anything you'd like to keep cool.
Yes, Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah, I have all these pedals and I don't use them. With my current amplifier, I feel like I don't have a real platform that I want to use them.
Right.
And of course, the great fear is you sell off those pedals, you buy a different amp that maybe those pedals would sound good with.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is this week I spent a little time with Paul Maher.
Nice.
And it's funny, he still has some pedals from like on his board that, was on the board 10 years ago.
Yeah, 10
But
years
he's
ago.
using a new amp. And the amp he's using was called a Comet 19.
Okay.
It's a 19-watt EL84 platform amplifier. And he has it on a Buzz Featon 2x12.
Okay.
And the sound was phenomenal. He showed me a pedal that he was trying to turn me on to called the Boiling Point by Rockbox, which I may have heard of. I was laughing. I'm like, yeah, I know the pedal. I got one 3. And but then he also had the Noxious pedal still on his board.
Oof.
That pedal is terrible. And we love Andy Fuchs. I love Andy. Great builder. I hate that pedal. Hate it.
Yeah.
I don't even like it for its implied purpose.
Yeah.
It's just too much. Anyways, but he also had the plush compressor.
Yeah. I remember some of those plush pedals sounded really good.
Yeah, but we were talking about the Cali 76 pedal. He was saying that it was the greatest thing. And we talked for a while. I said I'd have him on the podcast at some point. He he used to work for Bradshaw and he worked for Matchless at one point. And he worked with us at West LA. And
for the people out there who don't know, Paul Maher was the what was he? He was the what do they call the guy that holds the cards?
Cue cards producer, whatever they.
Yeah, he produced all the cue cards for the Leno show, whatever that show was. Was that Late Night or
the Tonight Show with John?
Tonight Show.
Yeah,
right.
It was great. He's great, and we like I said, that Comet amp sounded effing unbelievable.
Yeah.
The sound was great. But then it's really funny and he's probably going to watch this and I don't care. He had that coral looking Strat that he had made. And it was actually the one that I actually played stainless frets on and was like, I love these frets. He used to have it around. It's got the Trevor Wilkinson bridge on it. Anyways, I realized that he has 6,000s on there, on the biggest stainless steel frets I've ever seen.
Mm.
The guitar plays great, but in that guitar he has a 58, a 58, and a Pro 54 in the bridge,
right?
Which he got after he installed mine in my black Strat.
Right.
So he has a telly, he has a road-worn telly, and he put the Fishman Fluence system in there.
Sure.
Which, I guess it sounded okay. Did it sound better than the area pickups? No. In fact, I thought it sounded a little weaker, but it takes a battery, and I just see it as being a problem.
Understood.
But the thing I'm bringing up is he has a 57 Custom Shop Relic, if you remember, in two-tone sunburst.
Yeah.
He took out the Fender pickups and he put some pickups in that were like $500 for the set. Do they sound better than the area pickups that are in his other Strat? I didn't think so. I thought they sounded almost the same, except the area were noiseless.
Mm.
So I didn't understand why he was turned on to those area pickups and needed to go with a vintage. I didn't get it because when I was playing that amp, I was enjoying the other guitar more with the quieter bridge position and neck position.
I don't know. I think a lot of times the people just have this yearn to experiment, even when they have the right thing.
Yeah. Well, that's how I felt. I was like, you have the good stuff.
Right.
I
It's just like, yeah, I mean, it's just, ooh, is it possible that this is better? And, you take that $500 and wipe your ass with it and throw it down the toilet, and there you go.
Virgil Arlo pickups. Let me see how much they go for here. I guess a Strat pickups. 54 Strat pickups. Is there not going to be a price on this thing? You can order or call the dealer. I see. I don't like that. Like they're like you can order the pickups here, wait 2 months, or pick them up immediately by contacting one of our dealers. Why are you selling them direct if you have dealers?
Yeah, that's been it's been a pretty regular thing in this industry for a few years now. Bender kind of started that a handful of years ago. I've been seeing it more and more.
They're $509 for a set. 510, sorry, 509.99.
Okay. It's a
Yeah.
lot of coin, yeah.
Are you kidding me? For single coil pickups? They better blow me for that money.
Yeah, it's a lot of dough. I don't have a comeback to that. I don't have a response. It's a lot of money.
In parts, it's under $20.
Sure.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, Virgil Arlo only has to sell 2 a month and he can pay his rent.
Right.
It's nuts. It really is. Anyway, so I just thought it was hilarious because I'm like, you got to be kidding me. Like my goal, folks, is to find the cheapest pickups that sound great, not the most expensive.
You should do that video on your channel. I bought the cheapest pickups on Amazon.
Exactly. I got 3 sets of pickups on Wish.
Right. You'll get you'll end up getting
I
$100.
ordered a hooker on Wish. It's unbelievable. You know, the videos now are so like, I think people are so desperate. I saw some guy's video where he like just, well, I didn't even watch it. I watched the guitarologist talk about this guy, and Brad did this video about this guy that did a video about Rob Chapman, and everything the guy said, I'm like, what do you care? What do you He said he was going to donate to charity, but then there's no evidence of it. So what? Who gives a shit? Go fucking find something to do. What are you watching some guy's life for? He's not a good guy. Oh, so you're gonna devote your life to one guy's channel. The guy's trying to make a living. He's a good fucking player. The guy makes assumptions about Riff City. Could you imagine, like, Rob Chapman had to deal with Riff City, and now he has to deal with Guitar Center, and this guy's like, he stabbed them in the back because he went. How do you know he stabbed them? With no evidence, all he was saying was like, yeah, he's at Guitar Center. You have no idea how the business works. You know what I mean? The guys at Riff City might have said, hey, why don't you go to Guitar Center? We can't handle it. We're going to be closing. Whatever it was, you have no idea. And personally, I don't give a shit. That's not what I watch YouTube for.
Riff
and I don't
City
think anybody does. What's that?
They did close Riff City.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I don't think anybody gives a shit of this guy. You know, there's a couple of videos where they rip on like guitar players who make videos. I just don't think, I mean, I don't care. You don't like, hey, listen, if you don't like Rob Chapman and you don't like his videos, don't watch them. It's real simple.
Sure.
But to make a disparaging video just because the guy has a huge following and you want to get views, grow up. Like, get a fucking life. And then there's these guys who like talk about the people who slow down and speed up video, and I'm like, number one, like, I'm not watching anyone that plays super fast where I'm like, oh my god, that it must be sped up. I don't
Right.
care enough to give a shit. If a song is good, it's good. If a guy's wanking and he's good, okay. But you know, I think making a video trying to I'm going to expose people without calling them out officially. Like, I don't know anybody that does what that guy said. He says it's happening all over the internet. I haven't seen it once.
I've seen some evidence of what you're talking about only in the video that's calling it out. I haven't seen any of it, like, just in my random scrolling through. And I
Right.
don't.
Video that calls it out. He doesn't show that. He doesn't show the actual video he's talking about. He just sits there and shows what they do.
Oh, okay. No, I've seen another one where a guy was complaining about it, where he like shows some examples of it.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that. And
Yeah,
personally, I mean, again,
I wouldn't be able to reproduce it and show you.
Yeah.
because it was weeks ago.
just
I'm like you. I don't care.
right. I think a lot of people don't care, but like for some reason these people are getting hits on their thing, and it's like, oh, so the thing to do is just disparage other channels. Like if some guy's speeding up and it's whatever. I mean, eventually it'll come out. I don't care. I just
Yeah. I'm gonna disparage one channel right now.
go ahead.
I freaking hate Vocal Coach Reacts To with that woman, that English woman, Rebecca.
She's rotten.
It's the most pandering, awful bullshit videos you've ever seen in your life.
I wouldn't hire her for.
Oh my God. Listen to what he's doing there. It's amazing. Yeah, he's singing flat.
Yeah,
it's
right.
a live video. So I'm watching a live video of Sebastian Bach singing I'll Remember You. And it's like, well, I wish you'd remember how to sing that song in key.
Right. Yeah, she doesn't ever comment on the pitch.
It's amazing. And
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, this is like, I get it. I get what all of these Reacts To people are doing. They're picking songs and they're asking the audience, tell us what songs you want us to react to. And then they're bloviating and saying, oh, yeah, you guys have great taste.
Yeah, they're pandering. Totally.
It's total pandering, and their channels are blowing up, and people love to be right. So when their video gets picked and the person who's reacting is like, oh, I love this. I can't believe I've never heard this song that, has been for 50 years and is the most popular song ever written. Oh, yeah, you've never heard it before. Sure, whatever. Anyway, it drives me bananas because there's nothing authentic about any of it.
Yeah, there's the two college kids that listen to Subdivisions for the first time, and then they break down the lyrics like they've been listening to it for 40 years.
Right.
I'm like, I don't even know the lyrics. How the hell these kids know them?
Totally.
This line when he says it really, I'm like, what are you talking about? It's already, when I did in the listening room, and I did, what's that band? Greta Van Fleet.
Yeah.
I had never listened to them, so I honestly gave it a listen, and it sucked. And I said it sucked, and people wrote hate shit to me. You're an idiot. All right, I'm an idiot because we don't have the same taste, and I've been around the earth a little bit longer and saw this happen when Led Zeppelin did it much better years earlier. So
you should have just acted like you were blown away. You'd have 1 million followers right now.
That's exactly right. I could have easily have done that. I could have just said, these guys are the next greatest thing of all time, and people would just... I'd get 1 billion views, and people would be like sucking me off, going, this guy's great. He knows his shit.
Right.
Right? I mean, you got that woman, it's like, she watches Jeff Tate. It's like she says nothing about the vocal tone or the pitch. She's like, oh, look what he did there. Yeah, I see what he did there. He sucks. Sounds great on record, but that live video she's watching, he sounds horrendous.
Yeah.
So amazing. Oh.
Right.
And everybody who loves Queensryche who goes to that video to watch somebody, oh, look, this is a vocal coach watching Jeff Tate sing. She knows her stuff. Yeah, she knows dick.
She's, not my favorite.
Yeah.
favorite. I enjoyed for a short while the Lost in Vegas guys.
Yep.
Now they've gotten real big, and the song choices that they're picking all kinds of stuff that there's just no way that they've never heard it before.
Right.
And I'm over it now. It was entertaining, like the first 5 or 6 videos I saw.
Yeah.
But those guys are huge.
I should do
They're
videos
like 1 million followers.
How many?
Like 1 million or 960 or something. It's a lot.
I'm gonna do Dave listens to Michael Jackson's Thriller album for the first time, and it was because the whole time I was there like this.
Right.
Right? I've never heard this.
Guitar teacher reacts to.
Right.
Guitar
I've
teacher
never
reacts.
heard this.
Jack White
This is
playing
Michael
Seven Nation
Jackson?
Army.
Yeah, this is Michael Jackson. I never knew any of these songs. I've been living in a cave.
Kid, I'm telling you, the next video you do has to be guitar teacher reacts to Seven Nation Army, and you just are blown away at that. Bum, 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 bum. You see what he did there? He put up in your inexplicably English.
I should right. What I should do is do the makeup like the caveman on the Geico commercial, and listen to the most obvious songs of all time. But I've been living in a cave, so I have no idea they exist. So I listen to "Stairway to Heaven" for the first time, and I'm just like, oh, like it's good. Like
that idea is better than you think.
It really is. Right, because that's almost what they're doing. It's like they're playing songs that you would literally have to have lived in a cave. You would have to have been a troglodyte for the last 30 years and never heard these songs, and all of a sudden come out and be like, oh, I know how to not only get on the internet, I know how to run a camera, I know how to work a microphone, I have editing software, but I've never heard Stairway to Heaven. Right.
That's funny. So I have a YouTube question for you.
All right.
This is me blowing up myself here or whatever. So I did a video 10 months ago called How I Save, what was it called? Something like How I Saved Thousands on Custom Shop Guitars.
That sounds like a video that would have 26,000 views.
Except that now it has almost 30.
Oh, really?
So this is why I'm bringing it up. So this particular video was about a week ago or a week and a half ago or something. It was like around 20,000 views. It was my biggest one. And now all of a sudden it's almost at 30. And in the last week, I've gotten like 86 new subscribers.
Oh, you know why? It had
and
to
I haven't done shit for my channel. I haven't done anything.
It showed up in my feed, and I was like, wow, John has a video that has 26,000 views. That's how I knew. I saw it in my feed.
Yeah, it's weird because it was 26, and now it's almost 30, and I'm getting like my Gmail box, like where I get my notifications. It's just like new comment, new comment, new comment, new comment. And I'm like,
really?
What the fuck is going on? The video's 10 months old, and I haven't made a video since.
Right.
And I'm just getting, it's just happening. And I'm wondering, how does that happen? How does a video on YouTube go from creeping along as it was to all of a sudden getting like 10,000 views in a week?
Well, I think probably once you hit the 20,000 mark, they started throwing you in feeds.
Huh.
Because, I mean, I thought the title was hilarious because it's like you're like holding the guitar and it's like the total clickbait, like how I saved $1 million on life insurance.
It was entirely, the title was entirely meant to get attention.
Right.
Yeah, because it is what it is, but it also, I mean, there's a hint of reality to it because that's what we talk about on the show all the time.
Sure. Oh, I know it isn't more than it. I mean, the reality is you want a custom shop guitar, do exactly what you did. I mean, I don't think there was anything misleading. I just think it was hilarious because it appears to be. It has the
oh, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe the next video that I make, when I finally make another video, will be something like vocal coach reacts to a new Warmoth guitar build.
It's unbelievable.
Hey,
Yeah.
something, but yeah, I was wondering how that works. So you think that I ended up on feeds?
Yeah, it was in my feed. It showed up the other day, and I was like, "What the hell's this video with John? Why is it showing up in my, videos you may like?"
Yeah.
And I saw it was you, and I looked, and I was like, 26,000 views. Good for you, man. And then I saw the title and started laughing. I'm like, that's excellent. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like unfortunately, that's the algorithm for for YouTube. It's, you come up with like something, it's almost like, and I hate it with a passion because you go on Facebook and it's like, you won't believe what these movie stars look like today. And then you click on the link and they look fucking just exactly how you would think. And it's like, yeah, I believe it. They look exactly how I imagine they would look.
Right.
But they're not gonna get you to clickbait them if they said, "Hey, want to see a couple of pictures of some celebrities who look exactly as you would imagine?" You won't believe. I should do that in my next video. You won't believe this guitar lick.
Yeah.
I guarantee anything. You won't believe any of that stuff. It's just fucking clickbait.
Yeah. And and for your screenshot for your title screen, it's
Right.
going to be like a blurred out upskirt of some celebrity. Right. That's all it is.
Right.
Like, there you go. Oh, and by the way, I looked at my Google Analytics, or my that's what it is, the YouTube Analytics,
Right.
and it said that my audience is, drum roll please, 100% male.
Wow. Nice.
What the hell?
Yeah. What a shock.
Yeah. Who would have thought? So
Right.
none of the lady folk are apparently building Warmoth guitars.
You should be doing the next video from your bed, just laying in your underwear,
Oh God.
like Stanza, eating grapes.
Oh
Hi
man.
guys. Hi fellows.
100% male.
You won't believe how good these grapes taste. Hi guys.
It won't be grapes. It'll be like sausages.
That's so wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was a weird thing.
We ate at Genghis Cohen also. You just made me think of that.
Oh, okay. I haven't been there in years.
Oh, it's so good. It's the best Chinese ever. So good.
That's so wild. I haven't been there in a long time.
They were on point.
I'm a big fan. If you remember, I'm a big fan of Mao's Kitchen.
RL says he likes them, but I think he liked them more when they first opened. He's not so much, but yeah, I know Mao's.
I haven't been there in a long time either. But Mao's had the egg roll, man. That was
yeah, on Pacific right near Windward.
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, I've got let's see, I've got some stuff I need to unload.
All right, what is that?
Well, like I said, I've got like a tremendous amount of pedals. I also have I think I have some guitars that I'm not totally jiving with.
Really? I thought you only had like 5 guitars.
So the new correct GNL.
You got the neck?
Yeah. All shoulders here.
You're not in love. Stainless frets?
Mm-hmm. Ebony board, stainless frets.
Oh, show that on your channel. You'll get people offering because you can give a good price for that.
Yeah, just not feeling it, not vibing.
Yeah.
And then I've got that Red Jackson that I've been toying with keeping or unloading because it's a Floyd Rose guitar. I don't play it often.
Yeah, I'm off Floyd.
It's not bad. I just what am I gonna do with it?
I'm with you.
at the end of the day, what I'd like to do is I'd like to do another Warmoth.
I have 2 Strats for sale. A deluxe with the Charlie Christian pickups from Jason Lawler, and a red deluxe with DiMarzio transition pickup and some
That's
other.
the Lukather pickup.
It is. And then also I'm trying to move some amps. I think I might sell the DSL. I'll either sell the DSL 50 or the JCM 900 2100 with the cab.
Hmm.
But I'd like to get rid of that to get a nice clean amp. And then that's it. I kind of want to downsize some amps because I do want to pick up and move back west.
Okay.
So I don't feel like schlepping two full stacks. I'll take one 4x12. I have a 2x12 over here. I'll keep the crank. I'll keep the Mesa. I'll keep one of the Marshalls, maybe.
You want to come out California way?
Yeah. I got to get out there and work. That's kind of where I'm going with it. But I want to get rid of those 2 Strats. They're great Strats. In fact, I hate to get rid of them. The only issue I have with them is the 1 5/8 nut width.
Right.
And it's just, I would just prefer not to play it that narrow. And most guys who play Strats love that nut width. I like real wide.
Yeah.
So, like all my custom Warmoth ones, which I have 3, have 1 3/4. And I have a Telly with 1 3/4 and one Telly with 1 11/16. But I prefer the wider.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll do another one myself and move out of some of these instruments that I'm sitting on that I don't really play.
Yeah. Well, on your channel, maybe your next video should be how you can get a custom shop guitar and then show yours.
Right.
The G&L is really nice. What's the neck like on the G&L?
It's too thin.
Oh, you got the thin C.
No, I asked them to make it thicker. I said make it thick. I want a fat neck profile, and it's you okay? This is this one. That's okay. Great. Still thin.
Yeah, you need to get the U shape, like the 52 or 51 Nocaster style.
Yeah.
Baseball bat.
But luckily, there's plenty of people out there that like thin necks.
Oh yeah.
I'll be able to move that, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, you know what's funny is somebody commented on my video the other day about the Ultra Strat, and they're like, "Oh yeah, they're so terrible, they can't keep them in stock. Fender knows how to sell a guitar." And I'm looking at it going, "Who the fuck's? I've never seen one. Have you seen one in a store?"
No, but I haven't been in a store lately. We've been. I can't tell you the last time I went into a guitar store.
No, but
last
you haven't.
time I went into a store would have been my Atlanta trip when I was.
All right, how many times you go into a store and they have deluxes and they never have those. They always have the standard. They have the cheap Mexicans. It's like rare if you go in and somebody's stocking like the what was the Ultra replacing?
Elite.
The Elite. Yeah, I've never seen an Elite Strat in person.
I think I saw them at True Tone.
Well,
they have a store within a store though.
Right. True Tone's not your average store. I've never seen one in a store.
Right. And I haven't been there in a little while either. I need to get down there.
Yeah, I was going to pop in and then just time got away from me.
Yeah.
And then I thought about going up to Norm's and I'm like, nah. I don't know. Without Mark there, it's kind of like, not as fun.
No, I hear you. So, anyway, we've got the new year upon us. We've got NAMM coming up.
Yes.
Folks who are watching this in the middle of July, we're, of course, talking about Summer NAMM. And for those of you who are watching it as it's newly released, later today, we're talking about Winter NAMM 2020.
That's correct.
That's going to be coming up in, it's like 2.5 weeks. It's really close.
You ever see Stephen Fry yet? And is he still making its amps?
Yeah, I was, I saw Steve Fry like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was at Dave Friedman's birthday party.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
I mean, I used to love those old pit bulls.
Steve's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Superb designer. I think those amps sound awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
I do not like the graphic EQ.
Yeah.
But he makes a model of pit bull called the 100/CL. So they've got different levels of that amp. They've got the 100/CL, which is
Right.
just 2 channels with typical knobs, twisty knobs. And then they've got like the CLX and the Ultra Lead, which have not only different voicings, but they have that graphic EQ.
Yeah.
I think that bass model, the 100/CL, if you guys can get that out there, get one. Get one cheap. You can usually score those between like $900 and $1,100, and that amp is so good.
Yeah.
I've had 2 of them, and I wish that I still had one of them.
I'll tell you what else is a great amplifier. If you're looking for a metal amp and you have an unlimited amount of money, I would check out the Henning Cherry Bomb by Henning.
You've said something about that amp before.
Yeah, they're great.
I've never heard one.
Great amp. I played one years ago at a trade show at the, I think it might have been at one of Lonnie's, and I've kept in touch with Steve, and they're just great amps, Steve Henning.
I'm going to do a Guitar Teacher Reacts to Cherry Bomb. And I'm going to be amazed because I'd never heard it before, obviously. Cherry Bomb.
What is this, a band of all girls? That's never happened, has it?
Right. This is unheard of.
Right.
So the
What'd you say
Cherry
names
Bomb
on guitar? Joan Jett and Lita Ford? I've never... These girls are great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen to the dynamic between their playing.
Oh, those videos just suck.
It's going to be the best.
Right.
So the Henning Cherry Bomb, apparently I need to hear that one. And folks, you do too.
Yeah. You know what's funny is a lot of people, because I get some people from England watching, people bring up Wishbone Ash, and I'm like, man, I want to like them. So I go listen to them, and I've gone back a few times, and I'm like, this is unlistenable. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just not good.
You know, I kind of feel the same way about this program.
Yes, thank you. All right, John, we're going to call this one. I know you're at work, and you got to get back to work. And have a great new year. I
shall.
Yes.
For those of you listening in July, that means have a great new year 6 months from now.
That's right.
Anyway.
I left my wallet in El Segundo. I like the El Segundo sweatshirt.
What's the El Segundo
Brewing
Company? Hey. For those of you who like your IPAs and you've never tried a El Segundo Mayberry, it is a worthwhile craft. You should.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much for checking us out.
Go listen to my channel.
Go listen to John's channel.
I need to go viral.
Very good.
All right, everybody. Catch you later.
You're listening to Guitar Talk with Dave and John.